Hey, how's it going, guys? It is Fox98 here. Welcome back to the final episode of F1 2020 Subscriber Championship here for the Brazilian Grand Prix, round 10 of 10. And there is quite a few things to play for in this championship. Of course, I'm still in the race for second in the championship. Robin's already won it. Of course, there's other drivers up and down the order which are fighting for position. If you end up enjoying today's video, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. And yeah, let's get straight into the video and see how we can get on. So as you can see then, we have got ourselves our lobby and we are ready to go. So let's get this thing underway then. So as you can see, we're out here qualifying for this Grand Prix and we're going to be starting on the medium compound tyres. Why? Because why the hell not? Turns 1, 2 and 3, which we've just gone through now, the center S's. We completely made a mess of that corner and that already pretty much loses you your entire lap really. You can try and gain it back, but it's so difficult, especially when I'm on the medium compound tyres, because the rest of the lap was actually pretty solid. So we set 17.0 first sector. Now coming through towards the middle part of the lap here, this is where technically the soft tyres will be at their own, but for me, I just felt really comfortable on the medium compound tyres. Running a little bit wide there, but it's alright. We changed the corner cutting rules down from strict to regular like halfway through the season, and honestly, it's made things a lot more enjoyable, I think, for the majority of the field, including myself. As we now go towards the end of the middle sector here. This was overall a very, very tidy lap, bar the first three corners, which were a bit of a mess. As you can see now, going through towards the end of the middle sector, still not going purple, but we're still in a very good position. We get a brilliant run through the exit of the last corner there, and now onto the back straight here for the end of our qualifying lap. DRS open straight away, running towards the line here. Where are we going to go for the grids for the final round of this season? We set a purple final sector. I don't think it was purple compared to some other drivers maybe behind, but it's third place then on the grid for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and I will take that. It's a pretty qualifying session overall. Really, really pleased with it, and we take it indeed. My headphones just decided to fall off there, but as you can see, it is Callisto that takes pole position ahead of Bacon Boys in the Haas, and then we were 3/10 back. So overall, I think maybe if we got turns 1, 2, and 3 correct, we probably could have got onto the front row ahead of Bacon Boys. I don't think I lost 3/10 to Callisto in those first three corners. Maybe, but you know, I don't think I was challenging for pole. I'm on medium compound tyres. I should be so judgmental about it. But here we go then, time for the race here, and it is very overcast and dark and dreary conditions here for this race, but it's going to be dry, so that's the most important thing. Otherwise my medium tyres qualifying lap was a complete and utter waste of time. But as you can see then, getting ourselves ready to go on the grid, everyone else sorting out their own strategies. My strategy is simple, just race and hope I don't die, so I can at least sit there at the end of it and go, you know what, I actually had fun, which was the whole purpose. So as you can see then, we've got ourselves 3 seconds to go. Now 2 seconds, now 1 second. Now there is no time at all. So here we go then. It is time then. It is the last race of Subscriber Championship. We've got 5 red lights here for round number 10, and it's lights out, and away we go for the start of the Grand Prix. It's not been a good getaway from us though, unfortunately, off the line there. Looks like Hazard has got a great start down the inside of Bacon Boys in towards the first corner, and he takes the position. Tong now trying to go around our outside, and he does so in fine style. So our start not going to plan as things go forth, as Hazard against Bacon Boys, an absolute shove and a half wide off the track there as we go in towards turn 4 now. Tong sends it up the inside in towards turn 4 and takes 4th place from us, meaning we've dropped 2 positions now from the start of this race. But Callisto had an absolutely brilliant start, and he leads this Grand Prix and already finds himself with a slight advantage. We try and find a way past Tong, but now Justice Line in the Red Bull trying to come through at us down the inside in towards the middle sector, but we can just about hold the position off. But he's got the soft compound tyres, so he will have better traction, but on that occasion we've managed to have the high ground. And speaking of the high ground, Tong is going to do that to Bacon Boys on one of the tallest points of the circuit. Now all of a sudden he's under pressure. We're going to try and go around the outside in towards the skin of Delago now as we go around the outside here, just about not quite making the move stick, and that's just allowed Ewan 3 opportunities to pass us now. But running up the hill here, we're going to go 3 wide. It's like Hakkinen and Schumacher in Spa. Not 20, what the hell am I on about? Jesus Christ, my knowledge is just not on point today. Anyway, let's just skip that aside. We're about to go 3 wide into turn 1 here. Is Ewan now capitalising on all of our mistakes. If we go so wide in towards turns 1 and 2, I had to cut a little bit of turn 2 just because I didn't want to hit Ewan there. And Ewan actually lagged a little bit, but he's up to 4th place. We're in 5th. Bacon Boys dropping down to 6th. That front row grid slot was definitely a promising sign for the Saturday. In terms of the Sunday racing, not so much, because now Soda is going to try and go to the inside. So they're having a little bit of a scrap as we now pull away here on lap 3 of the Grand Prix. And biding my time here with Ewan. Of course, We've had our dramas, albeit Spa, what I died. Obviously, I'm on the medium compound tyres, Ewan's on the softs. All I've got to do is just bide my time and just be patient with this one. And that's exactly what I'm doing right here. DRS enabled, gaining on Ewan now in towards the first corner, fastest through the final sector, which is unsurprising considering I've got DRS here. And we make the move stick down the insides of turns 1 and 2, and then as you can see on the exit of 3, using up my battery and then my fuel mixture to just make sure that on the run down towards turn 4, Ewan doesn't get that drive, and that's exactly what happens. We make our way through, and now we're up into 4th place. Now we can try and see if we can get onto the back of Tong, although that that run towards turn 4 was not the cleanest run in the world, and that certainly cost us some time, but we set the fastest first sector of the race so far, although albeit we did have DRS and we were using a lot of our battery. But here on lap 5 now, we're going to see if we can try and get onto the back of Tong and see if we can make a move past this man as we go now, opening up the DRS here, where we go to the inside of the outside. Looks like Tong is covering the inside, so we're going to go to the outside for this one, and we go around the outside in towards turn 1. It's going to be quite a difficult maneuver to make stick here, but we get it done in towards turn 2. But unfortunately, he's actually done a very smart thing there as Tom. We get a little snap of oversteer through turn 3, and that means the DRS run towards turn 4. It's a very simple move for Tom to just come back up the inside, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And unfortunately, I would have fought it, but I could just, I know Tom, he wouldn't really, well, it's not that he wouldn't have left me the space, it just would have been a big shock to the entirety of the F1 world if me and him went side by side and we didn't crash. So I thought it was best not to make a run around the outside of turn 4, but we've got another run here on lap 6 of the Grand Prix now. Yellow flags in the background there as someone's having a little bit of a difficult time here. Now we're going to go to the outside again. Tong once again covering the inside for turn 1. Callisto then leading that Grand Prix, as you can see, but we now go in towards the first corner. Tong once again sends it up the inside, but crucially, he was actually quite smart here and it caught me out in the race. He's going to do the same thing again here. We've got the inside covered this time around, but Tong in towards turn 1, he sort of sent it at the inside but didn't at the same time. We're now using all of our ERS and our rich mix to try and stay in front here, but down the inside in towards turn 4. That's probably what I could have done there on the previous lap versus Tong as we make a little bit of contact then. What do you expect from the two of us now as we go up the hill now? Tong has got the inside line. This should really be Tong's position, and it's going to be as he goes down the inside now. He covers off the move there, and once again, Tong holds off to 3rd place. Definitely compromising both of our races significantly, but who cares? He's fighting for a podium, and so am I. So, you know, we're going to have to just wait and go again as he gets a massive tank slapper on the exit there. But now, as you can see here, we've also got Lion behind us, who is also on the medium compound tyres. So realistically, I need to get past Tong ASAP in order for me to get this move done. So as we can see now, we're onto the start-finish rate here, and we're going to open up the DRS here, and we're going to fake ourselves to the outside. Then we're going to put ourselves to the inside, this time earlier, to make sure that Tong can't cover it. And that's better, as it makes a little bit of contact, actually, with the rear of our car. But we can cover the inside line now, and that is it. Job done. And finally, we got the move done then. And through turns 1, 2, and 3, this time we've got the ideal line, and we can blast on through, using up a little bit more of our battery there. You can see that we're very low, actually, of ERS deployment, but we are through, and we finally have taken 3rd place off of Tong. Great scrapping there between the pair of us, but on that occasion, we managed to make our way through absolutely fine. Lap 11 of the Grand Prix now. Now, it's actually meant to stop on the end of lap 8 to go onto the set of soft tyres, but I actually wanted to go long. Purpose for that is I just wanted to have more. One of my soft tyres to be fresher. Doing 8 laps on a set of mediums, then doing 10 laps on a set of softs. Now, in terms of the race strategy, the soft compound tyres, they do go, you know, quite far, and they wouldn't really wear out, but I didn't really want to take the risk of, you know, if I'm going to try and catch these top 3, I want to make sure that I have tyres to do it and really go at them. So that's kind of why I stopped now for the soft tyres. And you can see, crucially, we rejoined in front of Ewan and also in front of Tong. So even though that we managed to overtake them and they had a big undercut on us, luckily they had to get through a little bit of traffic, and I think they were actually scrapping between themselves as well. So we managed to gain some positions there. We've got a virtual safety car as Robin's race comes to an end, but it doesn't matter because he's already won the championship, so he could have literally just crashed out and said, see you later, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea or something. Actually, no, he's Dutch. I don't think they have tea. Weed. So now as we go through onto lap 13, start lap 14 here, now we're really ramping up the pace as the VSC comes in. Luckily, didn't get a time penalty from the VSC this time. Your boy's learning. Fast lap of the race at a 109.4. I would have loved if it was a full course safety car, but it wasn't. because then I would have been right on the back of Hazard and Callisto and given them an absolute horrible time. But now lap 14 to start lap 15. We are closing to our teammate now. So as you can see, we crossed the start finish line. It's another fastest lap now at a 109.3 this time around as we go 7/100ths of a second faster on that occasion there. And now onto lap 17 to start lap 18, or coming towards the last lap of the race now. You can see here that Hazard is now in my sights here. We're going to try and go for it here now on our teammate. As you can see, we're going to use that rip to make sure use as much battery as we possibly can. Now opening up the DRS here towards the start finish straight. I have been saving my fuel for this specific fight here, and I've decided to be patient with this move now. We're going to get as close as we can in towards turns 1 and 2. You can see that he doesn't get the best run through turn 2, and that's not going to help him through here now. We go a little bit wide in towards turn 3, but now we've got an opportunity here, using up every last inch of battery remaining, and Hazard is going to just move over to the outside line of the circuit, and we're going to go down the inside of our teammate, and we're going to make that second place in this Grand Prix. Callisto, unfortunately, as you can see, on the last lap here, is 4.2 seconds clear. No chance we're going to be able to catch him, so Callisto is going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. But for me, though, we just need to hold off our teammate now for the rest of this race. You can see that Sam has made up some places now. He's on the back of Tong on the soft compound tyres, so Sam doing the same strategy as me, actually, in this race now. But as you can see here, I think Callisto, I mean, we're closing the gap between me and him, but I think he's literally just taking it easy now. He's got a nice, comfortable lead with just the last corner to go, and then we navigate that absolutely fine. We've got 23% of our battery, and we are just going to deploy it all now on this start-finish rate, just to make sure that Hazard can't use the DRS that is still enabled for him. But Callisto wins the final round of Subscriber Championship. We come across the line to take second place in the Grand Prix. Overall, I'm really, really satisfied. Obviously, there was a few things that we could have done better. I think my battle with Tong, I think I picked my attacking opportunities a little bit wrong. Also was a bit poor into turn 1 on all my overtakes against him. And that definitely cost me a lot of time. Maybe I could have caught up to Callisto if I didn't have that. But at the end of the day, what happened was at least I was able to just have good battles. And it wasn't a battles of just having to, having an issue and then having to recover from it. It was, I didn't have a great start on the medium tyres as you'd expect. Managed to get past Ewan, which was good. Had a great fight with Tong, which was awesome. Then I managed to, push on with my mediums, get on those softs, and then I got past Hazard at the end. So it was a fun race. That's the easiest way to describe it. It was just fun. I enjoyed myself, and that's the main thing. Obviously, could we have won it? Probably. Did we? No. So that's all that matters. As you can see, man's got up to tier 2. Look at that. Your boy's moving up the ranks. I don't really care. But there you can see that we finished 3.4 seconds behind Callisto. Hazard in third, ahead of Tong, Sam, Lion, Zombie, Bacon, Justice, Madman, Constant Soda, and Robin, who was just like, bye, during the Grand Prix. And that is pretty much where we stand for this race. So congratulations to Callisto. We set the fastest lap. Lion was 0.2 of a second behind us. And here then is the final championship standings for Subscriber Championship. Congratulations to Robin. Once again, he has won that Subscriber Championship by winning like 5 of the races, I think, out of the 10. I think he won half of them. Yeah, he won 5 out of 10 races, which is obviously why he has won the championship. For us, we come home in second place overall on 126 points. We managed to pick ourselves up 4 podiums in the 10 races, which is not too bad. I'm actually quite satisfied with that. Callisto finishes in third in the championship with 103 points. Hayden finishes in 4th place on 104 points. And then it is Hazard on 103 points. And I only realised actually when Hazard was shouting at me vigorously after the race. Hazard, aka my teammate, obviously, because I overtook him, it cost him an opportunity at 4th in the championship against Hayden. So I'm sorry, Hazard. I actually had no idea. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have actually gone for the move because Hayden didn't turn up. It meant that I was already guaranteed second in the championship, unless I didn't score any points. Actually, maybe. Then I may have not got it, but I was pretty much guaranteed second in the championship. So I probably shouldn't have overtaken Hazard, but I did. Sorry. Sam finishes 6th in the championship on 74 points. The only man, actually, in Subscriber Championship to score a point in every single race. So big ups to Sam on that one. Wingman finishes in 7th with 69 points, my guy. And then it was Tong with 58 points to his name. Did he meant to score points? I actually can't remember. No, he's on. That's Azzy on 58 points. I can't read properly. Tong on 44 points. Zombie on 36 points. Ewan on 34 points. Then it is Lion on 27. I can't read. I can't do all these Excel sheets. They're just annoying. But there's the rest of the championships there. Constructors Championship, AlphaTauri win the Constructors Championship. That was kind of inevitable, really. They had such a big advantage going into the final race. The fact that it was cut down to just 6 points was quite impressive. But AlphaTauri win ahead of Racing Point. Ferrari on 147 points to take third in the championship, ahead of McLaren on 112. Mercedes are on 104 points ahead of Alfa Romeo. And then it's Red Bull, Renault, Haas, and Williams. But guys, that is it for Subscriber Championship here on F1 2020. If you guys have enjoyed the series, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. And yeah, potentially we may do a second season for just before F1 2021, depending on when it actually releases. But if the release date is when I think it is and what the leaks say, then I should be able to do another one. And I'll make a video announcing it, and I'll draw a whole new set of drivers to go again. But for now, guys, I'm out. Take care all.